Maybe when I was younger, I'm not saying that I'm old, I'm super young, but I'm beautiful.
Don't do drugs and tattoo. Don't get drunk and tattoo. That's what I'm supposed to say, right?
No, you can say whatever you want.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I've done that, but I don't recommend it.
I have done it.
It's bad to do. It's unprofessional. I can admit I have done it a few times.
I think it happens all the time. I think it's part of the history of it.
Whatever gets the job done.
No, like the client being under the influence or us?
Oh, you mean the client?
No, you.
Oh, yeah, me.
Terrible.
Not cool.
What if he finesses it though?
No, it's beyond the tattoo. I'm concerned for you.
I mean, you have a responsibility to do the best tattoo you can do.
I personally think it's like insanely unintelligent to do so. Like to be drinking, doing anything, like whatever, you know what I mean?
I think it depends what you're under the influence of, really. Alcohol, no go.
You should not be drunk when you're doing it, you know?
Now, some things like hallucinogenics or weed can enhance that tattoo. Other things like alcohol, crack, cocaine, heroin, whatever. Obviously, it's probably gonna mean you're gonna do a shitty tattoo.
I feel like when I was drinking still or like hungover, sometimes like your hands shake a little bit, and that's like not a good quality of a tattooer. You don't want a shaky hand tattoo artist.
If you can't watch your mouth on whatever you're on, you shouldn't be doing it while you're tattooing.
I think that just people sometimes, if they're under the influence, they like are not really focusing on the tattoo, or they're like talking to people and their focus is all off and their coordination is off, and there's just a lot.
Substances is such a widespread thing, you know, because like different substances create different outcomes. So if the substance creates more focus, it might be good. I might be into that idea, you know. If so it creates, you know, the person to be careless, then maybe I wouldn't be so happy.
Getting high, I don't see the problem. Depends on the individual.
I've gotten tattooed by people that were stoned, and it's like a great tattoo, but it took so goddamn long.
Even if you just smoked weed, like, time is just moving different. You know, you're trying to get the tattoo done.
One guy was like, he took like a long smoke break, and then when he came back to tattoo, he was like doing this sleeve on this guy's arm, and I saw him for like strong 3 minutes, and that's a lot for like, you know, saturating with color on a spot. Like just going and over on the same spot, and I was like, I had to stop him. I had to be like, hey, hey, you want to like take a little break for a little bit? Again, working in a tattoo shop that was a walk-in studio, most of the artists I work with were always under the influence, and they did pretty good tattoos. So I think it doesn't matter. I think it matters who you are. Like, I can't do it.
I know tattooers that are genius tattooers that cannot function unless they're high.
Some people need to get super high to tattoo. That's not me.
I have way too much anxiety to ever be under the influence to tattoo anyone, so my brain doesn't work that way.
People smoke weed these days like so like habitually, so it's like I'm not gonna like tell you can't like.
Yeah, I feel like
be
I
your
wouldn't even
normal high.
know.
I just think about it too much, and I'm like, everybody knows.
Even if you think you're like steadier or more focused, it's disrespectful to the client. You gotta take it seriously. Be like if your doctor pulled up and he was, you know, faded, you know? That'd be kind of weird.
All right, fun fact, I used to work in the hospital. I used to be a surgical tech. So I've seen the insides of people's bodies and like worked with surgeons and stuff like that, assisting during surgery, and these motherfuckers be coming to work banged, like they on it, like on coke, they be kind of drunk from the night before, maybe they didn't get no sleep, playing games.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and tattoos. There was like a moment in time where that was like the standard. Like,
It's part of the history, right? Stewed, screwed, and tattooed, as the old motto goes.
I don't think any standard anymore, thank God. I don't know, I'm just not. I think that tattooing, it's like, technically it's minor surgery, so I want to be able to be pretty conscious while I'm administering that. I don't have that kind of superpower to tattoo under the influence of anything. I don't think I'd be able to. But I think that now that it's become something more medical and high-end, it's not a thing.
Well, I mean, I think if you were gonna do a drug, like you probably, so I'm getting tattooed by somebody who said does drugs, right? Not the ideal scenario, but if I have to pick a drug, for them to do,
It would be
it
mad.
would probably be like Pepto-Bismol. Yeah, dude.
You drink that on the daily, dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least I know that their stomach's gonna feel good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What about getting tattooed?
It can be dangerous. Maybe like smoking a little weed helps you. That's cool. Sometimes it makes it worse because you're feeling more. But if you're getting super drunk before, or even like the day before, you're taking, painkillers or whatever, it can thin your blood, and it's just not good for everyone.
I think for the client, the cannabis can increase the pain. The alcohol can make the client bleed more. Alcohol is also inflammatory, so your tattoo can kind of look shit during the healing phase.
It just depends on what it is, Because like there's people that take medication for either mental well-being, to calm down their anxiety, and they're in the influence of a substance, or if you're taking something that's gonna make you like really be focused on something, then hey, that's what you need, you need it, but just don't be messed up.
Well, it's like the whole thing with like numbing cream too, is like some people don't like using that or like using painkillers because your body is like supposed to be able to tell you when you're like not trying to get tattooed anymore, and if you go into like a massive tattoo like on like a bunch of painkillers, then like you might, that just might not be like
a little too far.
Yeah, not super natural for your body to handle that.
And this is my personal rule of thumb with my people that I tattoo. As long as it doesn't make you talk more or move more, I don't care so much what you're on.
Oh my God, I had this girl like crying about her boyfriend once. I was like, yo, we're not doing this right now.
Like, if it makes you sit quietly and be in a good place mentally, just do it. I'm fine with it.
I've been drunk once while getting tattooed, and at first it was awesome because I couldn't feel anything, but then I got a little too drunk and then I couldn't lay down anymore because as soon as I laid back down, the room would spin and I could not finish that tattoo, and then I went home and puked. So do one or the other. I don't think you should do both. Unless you can control yourself, but if you're getting drunk and getting tattooed, it sounds like you can't control yourself, at least for me.
And did you ever finish the tattoo?
It turned into a cover-up much later. Yeah, because the tattooer was also drunk, so it was bound to fail.
I'll give you a story. All right, I'll share something with you. All right, it was a Friday. I was working at Fine Line Tattoo. I had this ship tattoo coming in, and it was kind of slow at the shop, and I ran over to the library bar located in between 1st and 2nd on Avenue A, and one of my favorite bartenders, Liz, was working, and I came in there, had a beer, pretty decent crowd, and she's like, I want to pour liquor down someone's throat. I volunteered, tilt my head back, and she just proceeds on pouring Jim Beam down my throat for 30 seconds. I could literally hear someone next to me because I'm just guzzling down going, oh my God, Jesus. Swallowed it literally in 15 minutes. I went into the fucking Matrix, went back, and I killed that tattoo. I did a great job, and the lines were super straight, everything. I got super focused. All inhibitions were out the window. I was really focused. I didn't have any jitters or any fear. I mean, I've been tattooing for almost 19 years, and still to this day, every time I pick up the machine, I have a little 10 seconds of and then I breathe and I go into it. But after guzzling all that Jim Beam, I felt like Charlie Wagner at 11 Chatham Square, just like, it's afternoon, I'm drunk, let's do this, get in the chair. I don't do it anymore. I mean, I'm 46 now, but to any tattooers out there that are starting, don't get drunk and tattoo. It's naughty. It's not good. It's not professional.
It's so funny, people that I know, we as a tattoo artist, we're like, hey, you're not able to drink. Hey, you have to eat before, you have to do a lot of stuff, like be neat. But when we get tattoos, that doesn't matter. You're drinking a White Claw while you're getting a tattoo, Oh, that's what I do. And I'm always like, hey, take care about this, like this. I don't do anything with my tattoos, So it's so funny, we can complain about yes, I don't like when people get into the shop drunk, but we have done it before. So, I mean, I think you can do it if you're not too wasted, because that's gonna suck for you and me. You're gonna bleed too much and you're gonna move and I'm gonna get pissed and it's not gonna be fun. But if you do it for a bit, it's okay. Or just one pill of tramadol and you're avoiding the pain. I mean, I've done it before. You do you,
I do have a tattoo that somebody did on me when they were on heroin, I think. It's a bad tattoo. It's not good. Don't do heroin.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a
They're falling asleep a lot.
Don't do drugs,
It's
kids.
like,